remind you of bring you the latest updates rather on that election which will hold in Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi State on Saturday. We know that in about 72 hours to that off-cycle governorship election. Both INEC and security agencies have, they've assured of their readiness for a hitch-free election. And we also know that political parties have now signed the peace accord in the 3 states. Let's bring in our correspondent in Imo State, Solomon Ajuziogu, who joins us live from Imo State. Solomon, I will get to the peace accord in just a moment, but I wanted to ask you about the strike by NLC and the impact of organized labor in Imo State. It started yesterday midnight. And I just want to ask you the impact it's having, or if it will have any impact on this election.
Well, the parties are campaigning oblivious of the NLC strike. Maybe they have considered the strike, but they are going on with their campaign. They have only 2 open days left for before the election. 1 open day for electioneering campaign, and then 1 day to put in place their strategies. Some of the parties have concluded their campaign today. Some have 1 more beat of campaign to do tomorrow, which is the final day for open campaign. But as per the strike, one thing we have experienced here is the electricity issue. It's been a bit tough. How much that is going to affect the elections on Saturday, I do not know, but certainly there has been a huge challenge with the electricity supply here. That is one real way we have felt the impact of any strike here in Imo. Don't forget that also electricity is required in a bid to charge the beavers machines and to make them function properly, as it were, so that they can have a long battery life ahead of the elections or on election day. Aside from that, everybody is going about their whole business. We were at the peace accord. We were at the ABGAR office. We saw some of the campaign people. Some of the parties went out on campaign in places like Nwangele, in Olo, in Njaba, and the rest of them. Some went to Onuimo. Some went to other places. Some rounded off today, some will do a bit tomorrow. That's so far as it is. Other effects of the strike we'll probably get to know maybe by tomorrow or probably on election day itself.
And we understand that the peace accord was signed today in Imo State as well. Talk to us about that and if it has had any visible impact on security in the state.
Well, the peace accord, the peace signing ceremony or the peace treaty as it relates to Nigeria's election is one ritual that has helped in a bid to curb the level of violence associated with elections in Nigeria. It is a commitment to peaceful electioneering, peaceful polls in this country. It is a process where the parties and the candidates really show their commitment to having the peace and that this is not a do-or-die affair. Today, all the parties were expected at the peace accord ceremony today, but not all were present. Not all the candidates were present. The big parties, eyes are on the big parties. One of the candidates came, then saw that, okay, he was the only one of the big ones that came, and then left the scene. Some others sent representatives, but you see, in the peace accord, it is the party head and the candidate that will sign. It is not the deputy governor's candidate. It is not a party official. The only party official that will sign is the chairman, while the governorship candidate will also sign. Some sent representatives to sign for them, but then the representative of the chairman of the National Peace Council, General Abdusalami Abubakar, he had sent General Martin Luther Agwai to be his eyes here, did not allow that. It is the party chairman and the candidates of the parties that would sign that. And then he made it clear that, well, the document, the treaty will be open until, the very final period before for the candidates to come and sign, even if it means coming to the office of the commissioner.
Those who have not signed, I guess still have time to sign. I will see how that plays out. Our correspondent there, live for us in Imo State, Solomon Ajuziogu.